Right, just finished up another day, and I was talking to a client about everyone is working towards a dream, towards a destination, towards a certain amount of money, towards some sort of freedom that they are searching for. And everyone thinks that once they get to that destination, that everything is going to be good, that you are going to be happy when you have the money that you want, when you have the job that you want, when you have the girl that you want, the family that you want, like whatever it is, whatever you're searching for. I do not believe, personally, in my opinion, that whatever destination that you are pursuing, you are not going to be happy there until you are happy where you're at now. Right? So what does that mean? Like, maybe your situation is unfortunate. Maybe you're not completely happy with your job right now. Maybe you're not satisfied with your life right now or things that are going on. But the true gift, the true joy in life is exactly where you're at. It's literally the present moment. So the more grateful that you can be about your current situation, even if you're right now, you're getting it in the mud, you're grinding. This is grind season. This is building season. Maybe you are at level 1 of where you're trying to go. Like, that is where the joy is. So when people talking about embracing the journey, that's really where the gift is. Because once you reach that destination, it's probably not going to be all what it's cracked out to be. Like, I've been watching Jim Rohn all week, a great motivational speaker. If you've never heard of him, Jim Rohn, check him out. But he talks about, you're just never going to be happy. So, these dreams, these goals that you have, this destination that you are pursuing, write them out and be very specific. He talked about the more specific, the more clear the goal is, the easier, what is it? The easier that it will. Yeah, so I went to go look up the line. So he basically said, when the goal is clear, when the promise is clear, the price gets easier. And what that really means is, like, once you achieve that goal, once you get to that destination, once you have that money that you want, the car that you want, the house that you want, ultimately I feel like you're just gonna want something else. So again, for me, and I might be rambling a little bit, but there has to be something deeper. And for me, I believe it deals with your pursuit of God, your relationship with the Lord. Because if you're not rooted in that first, if you're not continually surrendering and submitting to God and being happy with that, because ultimately God is our provider. Ultimately, God is the author of life. In my opinion, in my experience, and I'm not talking about this to push Christianity on anybody, but this is just what I'm currently going through. So on this walk with God, I've found this pattern that when there's something that I really want, and that I want it real bad, like you just feel it pulling at you. It's a fine line. It's a dangerous line, because there are things that you want and you can get it. But ultimately, if it's not rooted in God, like for me, like until I surrender that to the Lord and I'm just content with whatever He does, it's usually on the other side of that God will like bring me there. It's not until I surrender that moment that God ends up giving me something way better, way greater than I imagined. So I think this is where we have to be specific with our goals, with our dreams, with this vision that we believe God is giving us. The more specific you are with it, the more you write down these goals, now we can attack it precisely. So a bit of a ramble, end of the day. Just wanted to make my video for the day. Wherever you're going, you will not be happy there until you are happy here. The joy of life, the gift of life is in your current situation. It is in the present moment. So live in that, pray on that, give God all the glory. Ultimately, God is going to do something way greater than you can imagine. The Bible also says, you can make the plans, but the Lord orders your steps. He's going to direct the path. No matter how how specific we get with something. So ultimately, putting your trust in the Lord's plan over something that you just desire is, for me, I believe, is a much better way to go. So, that's all I got for this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.